Today we are going to draft a corset with a pointy or oval bust bra cup. Now the first step is to get my vertical measurement. From my shoulder line, I've measured my waistline, the bust point, and the full length of the top. Now from the bust point, I'll go up by 2 inches, which is 8 inches, and go and make it into a straight line. Now this is the bust point, the under bust, the waistline, and the full length of the top. I'm going to make use 4 of 4 inches for the full length of this blouse. Now go ahead and label it. That's my bust point, 10 inches for top bust point, 13 inches for under bust, 16 inches for the waistline, and the full length I'm using 24 inches for the full length of this one. This is the front pattern. Now go ahead and mark the shoulder line, shoulder divided by 2, which is 7.5. I'll go to the chest line and also mark 7.5, and I connect it to the bust point, the chest line. So I'm using my neckline 3 by 3 inches for the neckline. So I go ahead and make a curve at the neckline. This is just a preamble. I'm not going to use this neckline anyway. Now I'll come down by 1 inch at the shoulder line and connect it to the neckline. So that's forming my armhole. Now the next step is to get the midpoint of my shoulder. I'll mark it there and go in by 1/2 inch at the midpoint. Then I'll measure my bust divided by 4. Bust divided by 4, mine is 9 inches. I'll mark it there and then I'll connect it up to the shoulder point. Okay, like so. So I'm connecting it to the shoulder point. Now on this front pattern, I'm using 24 inches for the full length, and at the back pattern I'll use 23 inches and minus 1.5, making it 22 inches, 0.5 inches for the back pattern. Remember, the front and the back is not usually the same. The front is longer than the back. Now the next step is to get my nipple to nipple measurement. From the bust point, I mark my nipple divided by 2. Mine is 4 inches. I'll go ahead and mark the 4 inches off from the bust point to the full length. I'll make a straight line and also connect it to the chest line. So the next step is to get my dart. So from the under bust, I'll mark 1/2 inch on the both side. I'm marking 1/2 inch at the center front and 1/2 inch at the side front. So now after that, I'll connect it, 1/2 inch there. Then I'll mark 1 inch at the full length. I'll mark 1 inch on the both side. This is 1 inch on the both side. Then I'll connect the dart from the under bust to the full length of the pattern, 1.5 inch at the under bust and 1 inch at the full length. So I'll go ahead and connect it to the bust point, just like I'm doing now. Connect it to the bust point. Then the next step is to get the midpoint of my shoulder, make the midpoint of my shoulder there, and connect it to the chest line. From the chest line, I'll connect it there, the midpoint of the shoulder. I'll go ahead and connect it. Right, so at the center front, I'll go in by 1/2 inch at the chest line. Then I'll also go in by 1/2 inch at the bust point. Because this paper is unfolded, when I open it, it will be up to 1 inch, and it's how as the difference between the two bra cup. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the under bust. As you can see, a cup is already forming. So now I'll extend my shoulder line to 1 inch. Just from the shoulder line, I'll extend it by 1 inch, making it 2 inches. Now I'll connect it to the bust point. Hope you understand this. So this is my new dart. This shaded place is where I'm going to cut off. Now this is the new dart. Then I'll come up by 1.5 inch up and connect it to the chest line. I'll come up by 1.5 inch and connect to the chest line. Then from this upper bust, I'll also go up by 1.5 inch. I'll go up by 1.5 inch from the new of there, so, and connect it to the armhole. Remember, I've already marked my bust divided by 4, so from that point I'll connect it to the point there. Okay, I'll connect it to the point, so that will serve as my new armhole. Now I'll trace the points and make sure they are on the same page. I'll connect it to the new points from the over points. I'll connect the points together and blend it together, just like you see me do so. Now from the shoulder dart, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. I'll mark 1/2 inch and connect it to the bust point. This me creating an upper bust tightening. Then to the bust point, then I'll make a mark there and connect it together. Alright, so this is it. So like this, my brack up is not giving what I want, so I'll go ahead and make it a bit pointy. Just make it a bit pointy and connect it to the other bust there. Okay, just connect it like a straight line, let it not be curved. Alright, so that is it. Now the next step is to cut off the dart. As you can see, I've not draft my side front brack up, so I'm going to cut off this dart first before doing that. Alright, now this is cutting off the dart and the other side brack up. And just cut it. Ensure that you are following the line. Okay, just cut off the yoke. In this particular outfit, I'm not going to make use of the yoke, but I just draft it in case if you're going to use yoke on yours. So now I've already cut it off, and this is the armhole. I'll trace it from the new armhole and cut it off. And this is it. Now I'm taking my horizontal measurement. From the bust point, I'll measure my bust divided by 2. The bust divided by 2 plus the dart taken at the upper bust. I'll mark it there. Then at the under bust, I'll do the same. My under bust divided by 2 plus the 1.5 inches dart that I take. 1.5 inches, making it 3 inches that I took there. I'll also mark it there. I'll do the same thing at the full length and the waist. At the full length, I take 1 inches at the both side of the dart, making it 2 inches. I'm going to add it plus my hip divided by 2. I'm going to add it there and mark it there. And please, before you cut off your dart, ensure you measure your horizontal measurement so that it will be easier for you. So I'll go ahead and connect the darts together like so. Now that's our horizontal measurements taken. At the bust point, I'll come down by 1/2 inch. From the bust point, I come down by 1/2 inch and mark it there. This 1/2 inch is the difference between the front full length and the back full length. Remember, the front full length I'm using 24 inches, and the back one I'm minus 1.5 inches, which is 22.5 inches. So the difference is 1.5 inches. I'll mark it there to create my bust darts like I already done. That's my bust dart. I'll go ahead and trim off the excess. Then I'll go ahead and cut off the darts and close it. I've already closed the bust dart. Alright, let me go ahead and sellotape it. As the tape yours with anything, paper gum, um, sellotape, or whatever you have. So go ahead and close the dart like so, and then connect it together. Now this is it. This is the center front. Now from the bust point to the under bust, I'll measure the difference between the bust and under bust. Mine giving me 3 inches plus 1 inches, making it 4 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it there. If you want yours to cover you well, you can make it up to 4.5 inches. So the next step is connect it to the under bust dart and extend it to the chest line. Alright, now this is basically all for it. You can see our cup is already formed. I'll go ahead and cut it off like so. And that's our pointy side. Okay, and this is the center front of the corset. Now this is just it. You see how beautiful it is, right? And ensure you notch your points before you trace it on your fabric, so you know where the bust point is starting from. Now this is the center front. I'll go ahead and tape it together like so. You have to tape it and know how well it is formed. Please, if you find this tutorial useful, kindly like, comment, ask me any question on comment section. I will answer. Now this is just it. This is the bust point. This is the cup, and at the waistline I'll go ahead and go up by the side front. I'll go up by 1.5 inches and connect it so that the edges will not be that pointy. So I'll go ahead and connect it and make a curve at the edge. Now the next step is to draft my back pattern. From the back pattern, I'm making use of 22.5 inches for the full length. Now go up by 8.5 inches. Remember, my chest point started from 8.5 inches. So I'll extend my tape above that and mark line and the full length of the fabric. I make use of the whole pattern for the full length. Now from the chest waistline, I'll measure my dart. That's input the nipple measurement divided by 2. That's my 4 inches. I'll mark it there and also mark the same 4 inches at the chest line. And I'll go ahead and connect the dots together. Alright. So I'll go ahead and connect it together. Now from the same chest line, I'll go in by 1/2 inch on both sides, 1/2 inch at the side front and 1/2 inch at the center front. Center back. Then I'll connect it to the chest line like so. Connect the other point at the chest line. They also connect to the full length. I'll connect the other side to the full length of the fabric. Alright. Now measure my horizontal measurements. That's me measuring the bust divided by 4 is 10 inches plus the dart, and the full length I measure the heel divided by 4. I'll mark it there. Also do the same at the waist and then connect the dots together. Okay, this is just a normal back pattern, just a normal dart. Now I'll connect the dots together. So you can see that this back pattern don't have any zipper allowance. I'm not going to add zipper allowance in this. It's totally optional. If you want to add yours, it's fine, but I'm not going to add any zipper allowance to this. That's why I don't have any one created here. So I'll go ahead and cut out the back pattern. Okay, just cut it off. So that is it. That's just basically all for the back pattern. Alright, that's as simple as that. So I'll go ahead and cut off my horizontal excesses. So this is just all for this. Thank you so much for watching. And now if you have any question, just ask me at my comment section. So I'll go ahead and mark the place I'll put my eyelet at the zipper side. I did not put any zipper allowance. I'm putting eyelet on it. Now this is just it. So now I'll place the front pattern on the back pattern to ensure that they are on the same length. Okay, just make sure they are on the same length. I trim off the excesses. Now this is it. Comment, share and follow or subscribe. See you on my next video. Bye.
See you on my next